Hello, how US became colonized. This is an in-depth exploration of one of the most consequential developments in world history. The colonization of the land that would one day become the United States. Before the American Revolution, before the Constitution, before the idea of the United States even existed, this land was alive with thriving civilizations, nations with histories older than the pyramids of Egypt. The story of the US did not begin with 13 colonies. It began with the indigenous peoples whose societies flourished for millennia. Today we examine not just how colonization happened, but why it happened, who was involved, and what forces reshaped the continent forever. We will trace the story from the earliest indigenous cultures to the arrival of Spain, France, England, and others. Through war, trade, disease, enslavement, and revolution, until the birth of a new nation. The history of the land that would become the United States begins tens of thousands of years before Europeans arrived. The first peoples reached North America by multiple possible routes. Across the Bering Land Bridge during the Ice Age. By sea from Asia along the Pacific Rim. Possibly by boat in small migrations long before the commonly accepted dates. By at least 15,000 years ago, humans lived across the Americas. Over thousands of years, populations grew, diversified, and adapted to every environment from Arctic tundra to eastern woodlands, from desert to swamp to plains. The indigenous population of North America was not a single group. It consisted of hundreds of distinct nations, each with unique languages, religions, political structures, and economies. Anthropologists categorize them loosely by cultural regions. Civilizations here were highly organized, agricultural, and politically sophisticated. The Mississippian civilization, 800 to 1600 CE, centered around the city of Cahokia, near modern St. Louis. Cahokia had 20,000 plus residents, making it the largest city in North America pre-contact. Constructed massive earth mounds, some over 100 feet tall. Complex trade networks stretching thousands of miles. Hierarchical chiefdoms with religious and political leaders. Evidence of long-distance trade in copper, seashells, flint, mica. Their decline before European arrival is debated. Environmental stress, resource depletion, warfare, or disease. The Iroquois Confederacy, one of the most powerful political alliances in North America. Its members included Mohawk, Oneida, Onondaga, Cayuga, Seneca, and later joined by the Tuscarora. They established a great law of peace, a political constitution that influenced later democratic structures in the U.S. Benjamin Franklin openly studied and admired their system. Before horses, which was introduced by the Spanish, plains cultures were village-based agricultural communities along rivers. After acquiring horses in the 1600s, they became the iconic nomadic buffalo hunting